but it was a mansion. His mansion. I was pretty excited to see the inside of it, but it almost broke my heart when I saw what I was there for. There was a cake and balloons, but just the two of us. Apparently, both of his parents had forgotten it was his birthday and went on a trip to the Bahamas. He didn't want to be left alone, and I was his best friend. I asked him about Jessica, but he explained that she had ditched him last minute. He said it was a family emergency again, that her grandmother was in the hospital. Sad story I would feel super bad about if I hadn't checked Jessica's Instagram earlier. She was in Disneyland and wasn't even trying to hide it. She came by to drop off her homework for him to do while she went away for a week to spend time with her grandmother. Turns out, this happened every year. They had never spent a birthday or holiday together. Not only that, but he did all of her homework. I saw how she managed to keep her grades up. I don't know if I made the right decision, but I decided not to show him the photos. He was already sad enough. Instead, I decided that from here on out, we would actually be friends, and I would teach him how to tell when people were using him. Even though I was desperate, I couldn't accept the money he offered me to come that night. It felt wrong, even if I wanted the $5,000. The next day, I showed up with a bag of M&Ms as a belated birthday gift. I apologized that I couldn't afford anything spectacular. He just cried. He really did look so grown up in his fancy suits and expensive cars. But seeing him cry over M&Ms made him look like such a child. I took him under my wing as my little brother. He was just a kid right now and needed my protection. I introduced him to some of my friends so he could interact with people under the age of 65. He was super excited to have something close to friends for the first time in his life, but that also made him very vulnerable and made sure that he kept his wealth a secret and to hang out with people like normal kids. He started to love it, but everything changed one night. See, he was hanging out with my friends when Jessica came back from her grandmother's, aka Disneyland. We were having fun, but after he had sit on his phone for an hour, he had 35 missed calls and over 100 texts. Apparently, while he was busy having fun with us, he had forgotten to submit one of her summer assignments. She was livid. Even though I tried to tell him he did nothing wrong, he looked really sad and left early. I was going to ask him about everything the next day at work, but he texted me to not come in. After a week of asking me not to show up, I took matters into my own hands. I walked right up to the office and right in the middle of a fight between him and Jessica. When I walked in, she immediately asked what I was doing there. I thought I told you to fire her. She's a bad influence, she shouted. My boss looked so uncomfortable and said he didn't want to fire me. So she walked out, leaving my boss and me all alone. Again, he sat there and cried. There were a lot of tears over the next few days, and I did whatever I could to comfort him, even when I was off the clock. I made him promise never to take her back because she was using him. He agreed, but then ruined everything in an instant. He leaned in and tried to kiss me. I pushed him away and told him I only thought of him as a little brother. He looked so embarrassed. I let myself out and did not come back. Luckily, I had saved enough money to earn myself a shopping spree. I was out downtown when I saw him. My worst nightmare. He and Jessica were walking down the street, him holding tons of bags from Gucci and her yelling at him. She said how pathetic he was and how she could always do better. I thought about ignoring it, but it was like watching a witch harass my own brother. I ran up to them and yelled at her for being such a jerk. I said how she should consider herself lucky that anyone puts up with her, let alone a great guy like my friend. She told him to defend her, but even I was shocked by what happened next. He told her to leave. She told him that he would regret it and stomped off. She tried to take the Gucci bags from him, but he handed them to me instead. He thanked me again, and then did something that kind of irritated me. He handed me a check for $100,000 as a thank you. I ripped it up in front of him. Don't you get it? He said. If you don't want to date me and don't want my money, why are you so nice to me? Because you're my best friend. He almost cried right there. I don't think he had ever been that happy before. You would never believe what happened next. He fired me. But it's not what you think at all. See, he decided to help me with my studies, so one day I could join him. I I invited him to dinner at my home. Some home cooking would do wonders for him, I'm sure. As happy as I was to see him being a kid, it was quite an ordeal to talk him out of an expensive gift for my mom. He had a long way to go, but he learned. Now, years later, we are 50-50 partners. He is all the brain, and that's where I come in, managing our business. We are the best of both worlds, and our business is thriving.